welcome back to another episode of the Randomly Haphazard Show. My name's Sam.
I'm Jim.
And Andrew's off making some phone calls right now. He told us just go ahead and do this. He'll be back in future videos, or in the next video. But today we're going to talk about six, I think it is 6 or 7, pretty sure it's 6, cat breeds that we find really attractive. Like, they're really, will be a good pet to us. I mean, they're beautiful. Some of our top cats beautiful. Some people think they ain't. Like some of the ones on the list, they think they're not beautiful, but I would still want them. I would say that. First up, we got the American Bobtail. Now, Jim's going to give you a little bit of history on the American Bobtail.
Alright, the American Bobtail. Urban legend says that bobtails are the result of a crossbreed between a domestic tabby, I thought I said Tammy, a tabby cat, and a bobcat. Well, I'm guessing, what happened when they first found these cats is they bred a regular house cat with a bobcat, which I'm very curious about how that happened. Because, I mean, you can't just, be like, hey, I wonder what would happen if I took my pet Fluffy over here and mixed it with that random bobcat and see what happened. But they are really beautiful cats. Andrew actually has one, to be honest, and she is absolutely beautiful. I would love to have one. I have a cat that don't have a tail, but I'm pretty sure he's not bred that way. But they have a short tail. Usually they mate with a steel point female to create the American Bobtail's original bloodline.
Yeah, there was a Yodi, a short-tailed brown tabby male, was mated with a steel point Siamese female to create the American Bobtail's original bloodline. Most of the early bloodlines have died out of this cat.
That's sad.
The cat's original appearance genetics were modified in the breed to form a new and improved strain, which comes in essentially all colors and coat types. It's first recognized by the International Cat Association in 1989. I like bobtail cats, yeah.
They're beautiful.
They're feisty, yeah, they're beautiful, loving.
Very feisty. You know they're going to be feisty because if they have wildcat blood in them down and gets passed down the bloodline.
Next up on the list, we got a cat that is rather new. I mean, they said they've been around, they're rare to find. You can be lucky to find one in your litter of kittens if you have one, but it's very, very rare. And now they're trying to breed these cats to get them started in their own. And they're called the Lifebuoy cat. Or a werewolf cat.
Or the werewolf cat.
And they are majorly expensive to own one of these cats. It's like $1,900 just to get a hold of one of these kittens.
And honestly, I think they're really cute, but if you was to take one first glance at it, you'd think that this cat was literally about to die. Because it has scrappy, it looks scrappy. It kind of has a rough look to it, which is the way it's supposed to because it's genetics.
Or if it was any bigger, you'd think it's a chupacabra.
Literally. I think they're beautiful though. They are kind of scary. They could be possibly scary, but they say that they are very affectionate and loving.
And the Lifebuoy cat is a natural mutation from a domestic shorthair that has the appearance of werewolf. The mutation has occurred in domestic cats over the last 20 years, but to date, no reports of anyone starting a breed have been made. Earth-finding cats come from 2 unrelated litters. The first litter was presented to Mr. Thomas in Virginia as a possible Sphinx mutation, which was later disproved with DNA testing. This litter was born around July 2010. The mother appeared to be a normal black domestic shorthair. I mean,
wow.
There's people in Tennessee, Johnny Gobble and I think his wife are the ones that's trying to breed these cats and get them started. or the one that originally started breeding these cats and testing on these cats. All I know is they're really cool. I would love to have one, especially around Halloween or any time of the year. Just
Like it says, trying to find it here. Yeah, the litter was born around July 2010. I didn't hear about it until like maybe the beginning of this year, towards the end of last year. Like I think they're becoming more and more popular. A lot more popular actually.
next up on the list, we got the Maine Coon.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cat.
Big cat. Like, they're a pretty good sized cat. I mean, if Tim can say a little bit of history about them,
It originated,
the ancestral origins.
yes, of the Maine Coon are unknown. 6. There are only,
Not gonna say
I
six.
was like 6. What was that?
They are
They are only speculations and folktales. One such folktale involves Marie
Marie
Antoinette, the Queen of France, who was
executed.
executed in 1793. I can't read today, guys. The story goes that between her death, before her death, I'm trying to just pick out important stuff here, guys.
Antoinette attempted to escape France with the help of Captain Samuel Klaus. She loaded Klaus' ship with her most prized possessions, including 6 of her favorite Turkish Angora cats.
Woo!
Although she did not make it to the United States, her path safely reached the shores of Wiscasset, Maine, where they bred with other short-haired breds and developed into the modern breed of the Maine Coon. So that is how the Maine Coon got to America.
So pretty much it was kind of an accident in a way, maybe. Because they wasn't originally supposed to come this way, maybe, or something.
And I mean, they just got that big mane like a lion that goes around.
They're beautiful cats. I love them.
Yeah,
I would love to have a Maine Coon. I feel like them things are expensive too. Oh, that's for sure. I don't think they're like bad, but like they're not the most expensive cat ever. But I do know, I'm pretty sure they're not the cheapest cat either.
No, I don't think none of these cats are too cheap.
Uh-uh.
Except for maybe Siamese, you can get less.
Wow, Siamese cats are kind of common.
Next up on the list, we got the cute little bitty Munchkin cat.
I always thought they were called muffin cats. For the longest time I called them muffin, but it's pronounced munchkin.
Short-necked cats have been documented a number of times around the world since the 1940s. A British veterinarian in 1944 noted 4 generations of healthy short-legged cats, which were similar to normal cats except for the length of their legs. The line disappeared during the Second World War, but other short-legged cats were spotted in Russia during 1956 and the United States in the 1970s.
Wow. So Maine Coon, not Maine Coons, but short-legged muffin cats go back to the 1983 and then 1956.
In 1983, Sandra Hochschild, a music teacher in Louisiana, found 2 pregnant cats who had been chased by a bulldog under a truck. She kept one of the cats and named her Blackberry, and half of her kittens were born short-legged. Hochschild gave a short-legged male kitten from one of Blackberry's later fairy friends, Kayla France, and she named the kitten Toulouse. It is from Blackberry and Toulouse that today's Munchkin breed is descended.
Whoa.
Cute little cats, I mean. Full-size body, short little legs.
They're pretty much like this. It's just a normal-looking cat except it has short legs, which is really adorable.
Oh, right.
Persian.
Yeah, Persian cats, there's a big Next up on the list, there's the fluffy white and long hair white cat, like the one you see on the Fancy Feast can of cat food. Most of you know these cats are mostly known to be owned by royalty back in the day. It's an ancient breed of cat.
They were imported from Asia.
As with other ancient breeds, their history is a bit cloudy. Long-haired cats were in Italy in the 1500s. These cats, like he said, were imported from Asia. In the 17th century, Pietro della Valle brought a cat from Persia to Italy to add to the breeding program. This cat may well have been a cat known in Persia as the sand cat, a cat who lives in the desert. This sand cat has a woolly coat, much like a steel soap pad, to protect her from the environment and permit her to live in the sand.
Nice.
The popularity of the Persian was enhanced when Queen Victoria and other royals fell in love with this stunning breed. They were introduced into the United States at the end of the 19th century, where they were soon very popular.
A lot of these cats have to do with big history things. Like this one has to do with, well, like he said, a queen. The other one had to do with the Queen of France. One had to do with a water that was found. It's crazy, man. I mean, the cats go back to the ancient Egyptians. They used to use cats. It's crazy.
Next up, we got a lot of people probably think Asian or something, like the little Asian cats that you've seen in Disney cartoons. What was it? I don't know if it was Christopher, Lady and the Tramp. I can't remember which one it was. They had the two Siamese cats. Next on the list is Siamese cat.
Well,
The pointed cat, known in the West as Siamese, is recognized for its distinctive markings as one of several breeder cats from Siam, described and illustrated in manuscripts called Tamra
no.
or cat poems, estimated to have been written from the 14th to the 18th century. In 1878, U.S. President Rutherford B. Hayes, dude's not a president, received the first Cleveland show. Received the first documented Siamese to reach the United States, a cat named Siam, sent by the American consul in Bangkok.
So I'm telling you, all these have to do with historical events. I love it.
Yeah. You can find Siamese around here. I mean, this is probably the least expensive cat out of
For real.
the whole bunch.
They're not like common, but I've seen a few. I think I've had a Siamese cat or two in my life.
Yeah. I know people that used to have one that was dead. But it couldn't hear. You do whatever and it couldn't hear. It couldn't hear as soon as it cat. It's precious. Can't remember the name. My sister knows it. Last up on the list, seventh cat on our list, is the Sphinx. The hairless cat.
People think they're ugly. I think they're beautiful. I'd have one in a heartbeat.
Like Andrew, that went to my phone call, he said these cats are ugly. His mom thinks they're ugly. But I would love to have 2 or 3 of these cats. I mean,
Me too.
they're just so cool. I mean, people even give these cats tattoos and whatnot. And the Sphinx is a breed of cat known for its lack of coat fur. The Sphinx was developed through selective breeding starting in the 1960s. The skin should have the texture of chamois, as it has fine hair. Its whiskers may be present, either whole or broken, or may be totally absent. Their skin is the color that their fur would be, and all the usual cat markings, solid, point, band, tabby, 40, etc., may be found on the Sphinx skin. Because they have no coat, they lose more body heat than coated cats. This makes them worn to the touch as well as heat-seeking. They love to seek any kind of heat. You know what I mean? I think
they give up a lot of body heat because they don't have a coat to hold that in.
And they're like really, really just cool looking, absolutely
They are cool looking
amazing.
cats.
I mean, this guy is like probably the biggest cat lover you're ever gonna find.
I
don't
love
think you can
cats.
find nobody that has cats, and
I have three. I have more cats, but some of them are wild because, I really didn't pet them or anything when I was wild. But I have three cats,
and,
Bobby, Queenie, and Kingston, and they are my babies. I love them to death.
I'm a cat lover too. I mean, I ain't got no cats right now. The last cat I had kind of went off and never seen it. After it had kittens, and the kittens just naked and went off. And
I've had 2 or 3 cats do that on me.
most of the cats I have, they end up going off. And you just never see them again. I do want to get another one someday, and hopefully it's something cool like a Sphinx cat or something I can keep inside. But
I've had many cats coming and going.
I'm going to go around here to the camera for a second and show you something how dedicated this guy is to his cat.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be taking his jacket off.
Some people, they like cats so much, they buy shirts. I have shirts, actually. I have, like, a bunch of shirts. I have one that says Hug Life. I have one that says Cat Burrito. Cat Taco, because, Cat Taco said backwards. And I have a sign that says I love cats. I have shirts. I have a dog that has cats on it. But, best of all, I have this. A cat tattoo to my skin. It's going to be there until the day I die. That's how devoted I am to my cats. And yes, I plan to get more cat tattoos. Just saying.
A sleeve of cat.
A whole entire sleeve of cats. I've had this maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. I love it. It's my first actual tattoo, actually. Love it. My favorite thing about it is, I don't know if you can really tell, but it has blue eyes. It looks really pretty. It looked really, really cool when I first got it because, it was really, really bright. But it's starting to, kind of fade in and set in. But yeah, I love my cats, man. Love them. I'm not picky of what it is.
And that has been this episode of the Randomly Haphazard Show. This has been a very easy.
It was pretty perfect.
I hope you like. Please like and subscribe. I'm over here, there. It's somewhere.
This area.
Yeah, there's going to be a subscribe button and another video, previous video, or whatever. Help us out. We'd really enjoy it. Hit that bell notification to get notified when we make these videos. And peace. Skirt.